Hello and welcome to the Kopala TV main news. We get straight into the headlines. Political parties explain why they did not adopt female candidates in the Chiluba parliamentary race. Commuters in Kitwe reject hike in bus fares. Government urged to transform the Food Reserve Agency FRA. Makoya Bridge in Monze district washed away. Join us after this. To present the Kopala TV main news, my name is Wabwila Musongole. Political parties participating in the February 13th Chiluba constituency parliamentary by-election have explained why they did not adopt women in the tightly contested poll. Victoria Mukupo has the rest of the details in the following report.
5 political parties on Thursday successfully filed in the application for the Chiluba constituency parliamentary by-election. The tightly contested poll will take place on February 13th next month. None of the political parties taking part in the poll have filed women in the poll. The decision by political parties not to adopt women has not pleased the non-governmental organization coordinating committee, NGOCC. The NGOCC Executive Director Ingwase Mwale says political parties have missed the opportunity to demonstrate their commitments to gender equality and women's participation in decision-making. Ms. Mwale says the decision by political parties to go against appeals from stakeholders to have a replacement by a woman in the by-election dampens the 50-50 presentation commitment. Kopala TV has, however, spoken to 3 of the participating political parties in the Chiluba poll. PF Deputy Secretary General Mombi Piri says a number of factors were considered by the party in picking up a candidate for the Chiluba race.
All of us women from PF tried hard. It's giving the leadership. And one thing they should know is that it's not just a woman because she's wearing a skirt or she has breasts. We should know that it's the caliber. Are we women able to stand? That's why we are finding there are very few women who are coming on the political scene using a back door. How many women come out the way Julia Anankane, Mama Kamonika was, Mama Kankasa was, Jean Kapata, myself? We never went through an NGO to be recognized. We were able to fight with the men and stand to be recognized. How can you explain a situation where you have 17 candidates? Only 2 are women. Whom do you play? Whom do you blame? We are hoping and praying. We all, even us who are in leadership, we want more women to be there. But there are very few women who are making themselves available on the political scene. Yes, we have a lot of women in the corporate world.
And the opposition UPND Deputy National Youth Chairperson Subeta Mtelo has explained that the UPND did not receive an application from women.
It's very unfortunate that we didn't have any female applicants. Otherwise, as per policy, the UPND gives priority to the youth and the female. This can be evidenced by the number of members of parliament we have currently and how many female are representing the female folks, how many youth are representing the youth. It's also important, and it must be your job as journalists to go out there to sensitize the female on the importance of being part and parcel of politics here in our country.
Opposition NDC spokesperson Saboe Imboela says the party supports gender equity, adding that the NDC did not, however, take chances in losing the Chiluba seat.
As National Democratic Congress, we did try to encourage as many women as possible to apply for the seat in Chiluba, but when the women are not available, for their positions, I think it makes it hard for the political party to adopt anybody, So for us, I can simply say that we did try. And for me, also being the spokesperson as well as the chairperson for gender and child development in the country, or rather in the NDC, I think I did make it very clear that I'd have loved a woman to stand. But if the women are not availing themselves for leadership, I think it becomes very, very difficult. So we do have a huge task.
2 other political parties, the opposition UPPZ and PAC, are contesting the Chiluba constituent parliamentary poll. Victoria Mukpo, Kopala TV News in Kitwe.
Copperbelt residents have urged the Electoral Commission of Zambia (ECZ) not to allow prisoners to take part in voting in the 2021 general elections. Diana Kafwala has the rest of the details in the following report.
The Electoral Commission of Zambia (ECZ) has disclosed that it is putting in place modalities to provide a voting platform for prisoners ahead of the 2021 general elections. ECZ Chief Elections Officer Patrick Shindano says once the modalities are finalized, all political players will be engaged to bring about smooth running of elections and grant inmates their constitutional right to vote. However, the pronouncement has not settled so well with some residents of Kitwe. Kitwe residents Kopala TV has spoken to feel it's a very bad move as it is a recipe for rigging elections.
My view on that, it's not good for a prisoner to vote because that one has been taken, the freedom has been taken from him or from her. And then that you cannot allow a prisoner to come and vote because that's a way of leaguing, because we don't know the prisoners that are there or how many are there, because when it comes to read, they will take the ballot paper and say, oh, these are from prisoners. Well, indeed they are not. So if someone has been charged or has been arrested or has been sentenced in the prison, that person shouldn't allow to be voted because the right have been taken from that person.
Myself, if I was a president, I can't allow those people to vote because those people are in jail. They are not free. So by myself, my suggestion, I can't allow them to vote.
The residents are urging the ECZ to reverse their decision.
State, against it, because those people, once they are jailed, ama rights yabo ayakuvotanisha.
An ECZ Chief Elections Officer Patrick Shindano said the process stopped due to static nature of inmates and allocation of polling stations in the correctional facilities. Diana Kafwala, Kopala TV News in Kitwe.
Matero constituency parliamentary aspirant Chungu Kachenga says youth should take keen interest in the governance system of the country. Mr. Kachenga says it is worrying to see most key decision-making positions are rotating amongst the same old recycled politicians. He said the 2021 general elections should see more youths being adopted in various elective positions if the country is to score meaningful development.
To only be fair that I participate positively in changing the face of Matero constituency. And I think it's time has come for young people to take up. A lot of people who ask me, we are too young to do this and this. Well, I believe personally that this is the time. Mainly because the poor Zambia now more than ever do not have anything to lose. The older generations have disappointed us. You can see the mess that's going on in the country because the youth are not in charge. It is older people that are running the show. So for us to change things, we need to start engaging young people who are capable of changing things. And that's why that's the main reason why I've come forward to say, look, I'll offer myself in service to my constituency. To begin with, the biggest challenge that we're having in my constituency is water. I want you to understand that Matero constituency is a big constituency. When I talk of water, I'm talking of Singalume, I'm talking of George, I'm talking of Desai, parts of Dilanda, Chunga. For many years, people have been using what we call Kajima. Okay, this is 2020. How can we be having old water systems? Some of the pipes are contaminated. That's why people are getting sick. Okay, I think from the 28th of last month, December, so about the 2nd or so, George compound did not have water. The whole community did not have water. I don't know why the media hasn't taken that up. Go to George, I implore you as the media, go to George compound and so you will begin to appreciate the main challenges that we are going through.
Stakeholders in the energy sector have commended government for appointing a team of experts to look into the impasse between ZESCO Limited and the Copperbelt Energy Corporation (CEC) over the bulk power supply agreement. Details are in the following report.
In December last year, government announced that it was not renewing the bulk power supply agreement between the Copperbelt Energy CEC and ZESCO Limited. The CEC is a local instituted firm that supplies power to the mines and surrounding mining townships. Plans to terminate the agreement between the two firms has been received with mixed reactions by various stakeholders in the energy sector. The termination of the agreement was viewed as highly political by many. If government went ahead and terminated the contract, several jobs at the CEC risk being lost. Experts, on the other hand, want the CEC to continue supplying power to the mines, urging that the firm has been efficient in its operations. The Zambia Chambers of Mines is happy with the move taken by government to appoint a team of technocrats to look into the CEC-ZESCO back power agreement.
In agreement. We don't have details of that agreement. We did not know the details, the legal implications of that agreement that was made. And the best way to do is, instead of making it sensational in the public eye, the government has they have the technocrats. Why not get technocrats who would actually understand, rather than get every Jim and Dick from the street who just end up messing up and just adding noise for nothing. Why not take the relevant group of people who can then discuss, look at this whole agreement, and the two groups, both the government and CEC, must meet and discuss. And it's not just every Jim and Dick who must be involved. But the technocrats, a smaller group, and not, the whole world involved, but a smaller group that can technically look at this whole thing and, arrive at a consensus, a win-win or lose-lose situation for both parties. And not make it very kind of sensational and make it very political. This is some business deal. We don't want to get to a point where we hear statements like what Mtati was saying with Zamtel. After they told Zamtel, they said Zambians can't understand that nonsense. So the best is come up with a technical committee who are competent. But even then, they must have the mandate, they must have the power, so that it's not just the technical committee, they must have the power from the law, who must look at this whole relationship. And, then come up with a good relationship that benefits both ZESCO as well as the CEC. For me, that's what I would say. I don't have much detail on it.
The Mine Workers Union of Zambia, MOOS, has also added its voice to the debate.
Obviously, that team has come up to build consensus. So obviously what we expect is that everyone in there will come up with a win-win situation. Because obviously that PSA is very worrisome. But what is required is at the end of the day, we require to have a general consensus which will benefit the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is the nation at large. So that going forward, we don't plunder the existing operations in problems. Because if anything, we would want anything that comes out of there should even become even better than the existing arrangement, so that we continue being guaranteed in terms of the service being provided by the existing service provider.
But the Kitwe Chamber of Commerce and Industry through Emmanuel Mbambiko have their own view on the CEC-ZESCO saga.
Enough. IDC, as a shareholder in ZESCO, has appointed, hopefully they have appointed directors. Now, if the ministers are still appointing directors, then they can speak to their directors. Let the directors get engaged. Now, directors can actually hire expertise. If there is some area that you're having to deal with as a director, and you know that you don't have the right competence, you can hire expertise. Hire expertise, let them give you their opinion, and then based on the opinion, then you make a decision and take responsibility. So it's not a matter of, again, the government having to set up committees. Committees to do what? These are private businesses. CEC is a private business. We have shareholders, shareholders who are the public, involved in that company. So, it does not help for the government to actually get involved and behave as if that's a government entity. It's not a government entity. So that's my view on the appointment of a team to try and deal with this whole saga or this or impasse or this contract which is coming to an end. It must be dealt with business to business. And by this time, they should have wrapped it up. They can't be waiting for the last minute and find themselves having to push things at the last minute, at gunpoint.
Victoria Mukupo, Kopala TV News in Kitwe.
Economist Collins Mudenda has implored government to take debt management seriously. Mr. Mudenda says there is need for government to reduce borrowing and find ways of managing the current debt in a more practical, acceptable and prudent manner.
Government, I know, has been doing a number of interventions to reduce this or to manage debt, but more has to be done because reducing a few small things and allowing other things to continue happening may not be very meaningful. And so a number of things must be done. One, we have to strengthen the local economy so that investors can have confidence in investing into our country, because as we have been borrowing, even the foreign direct investment has been reducing, and that is where we need to work on to ensure things are good. So one, we have to improve the investor confidence. How do we do that? One, we have to improve on the rule of law. That is going to help us in terms of allowing investors to see that Zambia is indeed a best investment destination and that their investments are guaranteed. That becomes important for us to be able to do this. We need to be able to reduce on the travel by government officials, by State House, and we have to as well reduce the entourage whenever there's travel, because that is what tends to consume a lot of money. Because to borrow mostly is because we have to finance the gap that is there between what we need to use the money for and the money that we're actually collecting. So once we begin to make such reductions, that is going to improve in terms of our ability to have money, and that is going to reduce on borrowing.
In case you have just tuned in, you're watching the Kopala TV main news. Join us after the break. Samaria Limited is a versatile company dedicated to meeting every need any of our customers may have. With us, you're guaranteed to have a pleasant and easy shopping experience with the best returns for your money's worth. We guarantee the best customer service in addition to the finest quality beverages at affordable prices. We have all your hardware requirements, from roofing sheets, wiring, piping, and much more. At Samaria Limited, we believe in good workmanship. Working well with one another is what gets our job done. Stationery is an essential. Whether it's a pencil for your personal drawings and designs, or a roll of paper for the company printer, we've got you covered. We stock various brands simply for your preference. We have an Airtel booth within our premises with airtime ready and available for all customers. We also offer Airtel Money services for easy money transactions and efficient clerks to attend to you, ensuring a fast and smooth procedure. If you're in need of any electronics, our store should be your go-to. With appliances ranging from household specifics to industrial commodities such as generators and inverters, if you need it, we have it. Our wholesale store stocks the best quality in food and other products, including cleaning necessities. And above all, our affordable prices ensure that you know how much we value you. You can find Samaria Limited along President Avenue North, opposite Zambia Railways in Dola, or call us on 0212 613 336 or 0212 619 992. Samaria Limited, your one-stop center for all you need.
Looking for an opportunity to grow your business? Well, Kopala TV has good news for all small-scale businesses. You can now advertise on Kopala TV's Makwebo. Bonse bana mayo na bashtata. Iseni mulangishe amakwebo yenu pamutengo uachepa nga 100 kwacha. Yes, you heard right. For as low as 100 kwacha, your business will get its peak. Whatever the business, we will advertise. All you need to do is send a text of what your business offers, indicating the name, location, and contact details to the number below. Payment for the advertising spot can be made through MTN mobile money on the number down below. Makwebo, make your business known.
Welcome back. Makoye Bridge in Monze district of Southern Province has been washed away following heavy rains that have raged the area. The bridge connects Chikuni Mission and surrounding villages to Chisekese. Monze Town Council Secretary Benson Bwenje has confirmed the development in an interview with Kopala TV News.
It is true the bridge has been washed out, and I attribute the washing to the higher volumes of water and also the erosion which has taken place. The director of works came in the morning, but according to the statement this time around, we cannot do the report because even where we are standing, it can still be showing that the extension, the damage is still accumulating. The tree just nearby us is almost falling. So by tomorrow we expect some different levels of damage, but it's true, the damage has been caused. High water volumes, the tree due to erosion, silting, and a lot of factors. Thank you so much. As the DC said, people coming to Chikuni. Chikuni House is a hospital, Chikuni Mission Hospital. We have a college, Charles Langa College of Education. We have a secondary school, 2 secondary schools, Canisius and Chikuni Girls. So because of this which has happened, the disaster which has happened, we will encourage the travelers to use Gwembe Road and then going the other way. Thank you so much.
The Zambian National Farmers Union, ZNFU, says it expects a good maize production yield despite flash floods and fall army worms in some parts of the country. ZNFU spokesperson Calvin Calais has, however, regretted the flooding being witnessed in some parts of the country. He adds that some other parts of the country are, however, receiving a good rainfall, an indication that the country will produce enough maize. Mr. Calais has since commended the government for the distribution of pesticides to farmers whose fields have been targeted by fall army worms.
Well, first of all, the flash floods that happened in Mambwe district and some parts of Southern Province, I think a very unfortunate development. We wanted the rain, but sometimes you get excess rain. These are very, very sad developments. You may be aware that in Mambwe district people were evacuated, and then crop was destroyed. There's a lot of silting, there's a lot of wash away of the top soils, and even those that had applied fertilizers, they're in trouble. Nothing is going to come out of there. It's a very sad development. Army worms have come about, where we had rains initially, and then the rains disappeared for about 2-3 weeks. That was some parts of Lusaka, central, parts of eastern and southern provinces. But the rains have started again. What happens with the armyworms is that they thrive where, for instance, if there was rain and then the rains disappear and then the crops sprout, then they'll come and run over the crops. But where the rains are constant, the armyworms cannot do anything. That's how armyworms are. But armyworms, we're here to stay with them. They are very difficult to control because they are migratory by nature. So they're very, very difficult to control. But that said, I think the situation is under control. Government moved in quickly and started supplying pesticides. Again, farmers, those that are current with what is happening, they went and swiped, they redeemed the pesticides and they sprayed their fields, and we kept sensitizing, farmers to, go out there and do the spotting. If they spot armyworms, they should report quickly, and then also that they should utilize their cards to redeem pesticides. That's what that card is meant for. It's not just for fertilizers and seeds. It's also for herbicides and pesticides. So some farmers have done that. So the situation is a bit under control. Government has moved in quickly, so we expect that things are going to be under control. But start development for Mambwe district, Southern Province, the washaways and floods and flash floods and everything. It's a start development. Yes, in those areas we may have a drop in production because obviously of the floods and everything. But if you look at the bigger picture, the country is receiving very good rains and we may have a good crop. We cannot put a figure to it yet until we do satellite imaging after the crop has grown up a bit. Then we will be able to say, okay, we may have such a production, but we have had good rains and we expect that we may have a good crop going forward.
Northern Province has received 10,000 litres of pesticides from the Ministry of Agriculture to fight the scourge of armyworms in farmlands. Northern Province Deputy Permanent Secretary Davidson Mulenga says the chemicals will assist in terminating the stubborn armyworms that have ravaged people's maize fields. Captain Mulenga has disclosed that some districts in the province such as Kasama, Mungwi, Kaputa and other isolated areas have been ravaged with armyworms. He said the available 10,000 litres of pesticides will do justice to eradicate the armyworms that were disturbing the proper growth of crops in the affected areas. The Northern Province Deputy Permanent Secretary has since directed all district agricultural coordinators to ensure that the pesticides reach all affected farmers. In case you have just tuned in, you're watching the Kopala TV main news. Join us after this. Samaria Limited is a versatile company dedicated to meeting every need any of our customers may have. With us, you're guaranteed to have a pleasant and easy shopping experience with the best returns for your money's worth. We guarantee the best customer service in addition to the finest quality beverages at affordable prices. We have all your hardware requirements, from roofing sheets, wiring, piping and much more. At Samaria Limited, we believe in good workmanship. Working well with one another is what gets our job done. Stationery is an essential. Whether it's a pencil for your personal drawings and designs or a roll of paper for the company printer, we've got you covered. We stock various brands simply for your preference. We have an Airtel booth within our premises with airtime ready and available for all customers. We also offer Airtel Money services for easy money transactions and efficient clerks to attend to you, ensuring a fast and smooth procedure. If you're in need of any electronics, our store should be your go-to. With appliances ranging from household specifics to industrial commodities such as generators and inverters, if you need it, we have it. Our wholesale store stocks the best quality in food and other products, including cleaning necessities. And above all, our affordable prices ensure that you know how much we value you. You can find Samaria Limited along President Avenue North, opposite Zambia Railways in Dola, or call us on 0212 613 336 or 0212 619 992. Samaria Limited, your one-stop center for all you need.
Looking for an opportunity to grow your business? Well, Kopala TV has good news for all small-scale businesses. You can now advertise on Kopala TV's Makwebo. Bonseba na mayo na bashtata. Iseni mulangishe amakwebo yenu pamutengo uachepa nga 100 kwacha. Yes, you heard right. For as low as 100 kwacha, your business will get its peak. Whatever the business, we will advertise. All you need to do is send a text of what your business offers, indicating the name, location, and contact details to the number below. Payment for the advertising spot can be made through MTN mobile money on the number down below. Makwebo, make your business known.
Welcome back. In international news, several United States troops are reported to have been wounded in the last Iranian missile attack on Iraqi bases, in spite of earlier reports given by President Donald Trump during his address last week that no U.S. nationals had been hurt. We monitored Al Jazeera for this report.
Yeah, the U.S. military just confirming within the last few minutes that there were 8 U.S. service members that were injured on that missile attack at the Al-Assad Air Base in Iraq last week. Now, I should point out it does not appear to be serious injuries. Nevertheless, this is what the Pentagon is telling us. They say that after the missile attacks on the base, many of the service members were screened for concussions, which they say is very common. The blast from missiles can cause buildings to shake and rattle and can cause potentially concussions in people that are even outside of the immediate impact zone. Once these tests were done on multiple service members that were at that base, there were 8 of them that needed further screening. They showed signs of some sort of concussions that they suffered after the blasts from those missile rocket launches. 3 of the service members have been transported to a U.S. air base in Germany. Another 3 have been transported to a U.S. air base in Kuwait, and they say they're doing further testing. The military says this is all part of standard procedure. No one is in any sort of life-threatening injuries or anything like that. In fact, the military says that they are expected, after the screening is complete, to be sent back to Iraq. So that's what we know now. There are injuries, or I should say there were injuries, that this is the first time that it was being disclosed, I should point out, but it does not appear to be very serious.
And still on the United States, senators are being sworn in for President Donald Trump's impeachment trial, scheduled for the 21st of January 2020. We monitored Sky News for this report.
Chief Justice John Roberts sworn in to preside over only the 3rd impeachment trial in America's history.
Do you solemnly swear that in all things appertaining to the trial of the impeachment of Donald John Trump, President of the United States, now pending, you will do impartial justice according to the Constitution and laws, so help you God?
These are the senators who will act as jurors. For some, it's a forced break from the 2020 campaign trail. The dry ceremony is in sharp contrast to explosive new evidence, which casts President Trump's actions as quite simply illegal. Lev Parnas is a central figure in the alleged effort to pressure Ukraine into smearing Joe Biden's 2020 candidacy. He says Trump knew everything.
What do you think is the main inaccuracy or the main lie that's being told that you feel like you can correct?
That the president didn't know what was going on. President Trump knew exactly what was going on. He was aware of all of my movements.
Donald Trump has given Parnas the treatment he often reserves for those who say things he doesn't like.
Well, I don't know him. I don't know Parnas, other than I guess they had pictures taken, which I do with thousands of people, including people today that I didn't meet, but just met him. I don't know him at all, don't know what he's about, don't know where he comes from, know nothing about him. I can only tell you this thing is a big hoax. It's a big hoax.
In response, Lev Parnas' lawyer tweeted this video of his client with Trump, he says, at Mar-a-Lago. Parnas himself says every time Trump denies knowing him, he'll release a photograph of them together. Republican senators are naturally reluctant for his claims to be included in the trial.
They're afraid of the truth. The American people have seen the allegations, and they're allegations. We need to see more evidence that would be contained in the documentation. This is just another avoiding of the facts and the truth on their part.
More damning evidence suggests that ousted U.S. Ambassador to Ukraine, Marie Yovanovitch, may have been put under surveillance by Trump's allies. This is being taken seriously enough for Ukraine's police to open an investigation. To top it off, a non-partisan congressional watchdog says the White House hold on military aid to Ukraine violated federal law. All this would be enough to sink your average president, but Donald Trump has successfully created an alternate narrative that this is a witch hunt. No Republican has publicly disagreed. It's not clear what it would actually take for the GOP to start breaking ranks. Amanda Walker, Sky News, Washington.
And finally, in sports news, the Dakar Rally South African duo Henny de Klerk and Johan Smallberger made quick work of their course yesterday, coming in at 25th place. The two expressed satisfaction with their overall position of 27th place. The Dakar Rally started on the 5th of January 2020 and attracted 550 drivers. Here are the highlights.
El sol sale en el penúltimo día del Dakar 2020 con Joan Barreda de Honda como el primer hombre en las dunas. Bang Bang, que ha estado entre los 3 primeros de cada etapa esta semana, liderando el camino hacia quizás las dunas más espectaculares de este Dakar. Tercero esta mañana, era previsible que el español perdiese tiempo, especialmente con su compañero de equipo de Honda, Ricky Brabec, el líder general, comenzando solo 3 minutos detrás de él. Brabec con un guardia de honor de Honda para guiarlo a través de la etapa. Kevin Benavides cayó en tercer lugar y rápidamente comenzó a cerrar la brecha con el estadounidense. Las esperanzas del argentino se hicieron humo cuando su moto se rompió en la etapa 6. No pasó mucho tiempo antes de que Benavides y Brabec pilotasen juntos. Y otros pronto se unieron a la fiesta. Un grupo de 5 estrellas a la cabeza con 3 Hondas, Barrera, Brabec y Benavides, y 2 KTM, el campeón defensor Toby Price y el hermano menor de Kevin, Luciano Benavides. Brabec, feliz de perder un poco de tiempo, lento y constante, gana la carrera después de todo. Todavía comenzará la etapa final de mañana con una ventaja de 14 minutos. Sí, monté alrededor del 70%, así que solo estaba tratando de conservar el cuerpo y la moto. Mañana podría ser un gran día para nosotros, por eso es por lo que estamos cruzando los dedos y para mantener una vibra positiva, seguro. También un día sólido para Franco Caimi, incluso el argentino casi se queda sin combustible en un momento de esta etapa. Una buena actuación de los KTM, Matías Walkner fue segundo, Luciano tercero, mientras Toby Price quedó quinto. El gran australiano está de vuelta en el podio, pero no se hace ilusiones sobre el hecho de que probablemente no reclame una tercera corona del Dakar este año. Sí, no, ha sido una buena etapa y en este momento Honda solo necesita proteger su liderazgo y están haciendo un gran trabajo al respecto y los chicos están manejando rápido, con inteligencia y con mucha fuerza, así que definitivamente nos están dificultando tratar de compensar esa brecha. Una actuación sensacional hoy de parte de Pablo Quintanilla, quien partió en 9º lugar y pudo derribar la barrera. El chileno consiguió llevarse esta segunda etapa ganando en un espacio de 3 días y apretando su agarre en el 2º lugar. Quintanilla está listo para reclamar su mejor resultado en el Dakar.
Sí, la verdad que estoy muy contento con la etapa. Siempre ganar una etapa en el Dakar es súper bueno, un sentimiento especial. Le desconté harta diferencia a Ricky, pero todavía hay un tiempo importante que es difícil de descontar a menos que pase algo.
Brabec todavía tiene alrededor de 14 minutos con una etapa por recorrer. Precio de vuelta en el podio por delante de Walkner y Barreda. En los quads, una victoria en la primera etapa del Dakar 2020 para el actual campeón mundial Rafał Sonik. El polo poco más de 3 minutos más rápido que Ignacio Casale. La ventaja general del chileno está de vuelta a 21 minutos y está a una etapa de un tercer triunfo en los quads.
To end the Kopala TV main news, we take a look at the headlines once again. Political parties explain why they did not adopt female candidates in the Chiluba parliamentary race. Commuters in Kitwe reject hike in bus fares. Government urged to transform the Food Reserve Agency, FRA. Makoya Bridge in Monze district washed away. Thank you for watching the Kopala TV main news. My name is Wagula Musongole and enjoy the rest of your day.